Now listen, CPAC is the conservative conference held in America and here in Australia. Rita and I have both spoken at CPAC in the past. The American CPAC is taking place this weekend with a healthy dose of grit and humour and good old-fashioned conservatism from lots of speakers. But I love this little grab, Rita and James, from Ted Cruz.
Liberty is under assault, and what are we going to do? I'll tell you, we will fight. By the way, how many of y'all have eaten at a restaurant in the last 6 months? Can I just stop and say how strange the rules are right now? I want to understand how this virus works. So when you walk in, you got to put your mask on. Sadly, I've got two. You walk in, you got to put your mask on. You sit down, you take your mask off. See, apparently the virus is actually connected to elevation.
Fantastic. But the highlight of CPAC will, of course, be Donald Trump, who speaks in a few hours. A couple of years ago, we had here on the show Mark Meadows, who went on to become Donald Trump's chief of staff. Here's what Mark Meadows thinks Trump intends to say.
Well, you're going to see a speech on Sunday that talks about not only the beginning, but what the future may look like. And I'm excited about it. I spoke to President Trump last night for a fairly lengthy conversation where we're talking about America, where it needs to go, continuing the America First agenda. But what we will see on Sunday is we will see the start of planning for the next administration. And I can tell you, the people that are at the top of that list, all of them have Trump as their last name.
Rita, your thoughts?
Well, the GOP is very much the party of Trump. That hasn't changed, no matter how much the media wants to change it. So everyone will be tuning in to see, is this him going to give us a hint about running again in 2024? Is it a matter of him remaining involved? And whoever the candidate is, you can be sure that it's going to come from the Trump side of the party. That this is a party that has been forever changed. They are not interested in having any more RINOs, Republicans in name only, running for president and then losing or letting them down in the if they do get elected. So I can't wait to hear what he has to say, whether there will be some grand announcement or whether he's just going to reflect on the last 4 years.
James, a US judge has ruled that Maricopa County must provide 2 million ballots from the November 3rd presidential election to the Arizona State Senate to be audited, basically, and access to the election equipment, interestingly enough. Do you think, and the Republicans are saying there, oh, no, it's not about overturning the election, but it is about the integrity of the system. What do you think? Will Trump revisit the voter fraud, or is he now kind of moved on from that?
I think if Trump is smart, what he does is he moves forward. He talks about ending COVID restrictions. He talks about American foreign policy. He whacks Biden over his firing missiles into Syria the other day, which I'll be talking about a bit later on in the show. He moves on. The big mistake that Trump made was that he did not deal with the results of the election, whatever you think the legitimacy of that count was, in a way that distinguished him. Now, he has an opportunity here to, I think, become a de facto opposition leader for the Republican Party, or also a kingmaker. Now, if Trump says he's not going to run again, I suspect we're going to be looking at somebody like Florida's Ron DeSantis, who has been a really star performer, very much of the Trumpian mold, but also without a lot of the rough edges that cause, some more media types, I guess, to say, a lot of discomfort. But he's performed spectacularly in the pandemic. He's very much in that mold. My money would be on him, really, to be looked at as your 2024 candidate.
OK, well, let's see what Trump says. Rita,
he's in the box seat.